Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Turkey
Thanksgiving.
Day.
All right, let's roll that intro music.
It's the Jeff and Annie and James Redonkulous show. Yeah.
Awesome.
Happy Thanksgiving. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Redonkulouspodcast, where when life gets tough, we get redonkulous. Thank you for joining us today on this very, very special episode. Today, you guys are hanging out with the Redonkulous team. Myself, Jeff. We have Annie.
Hey.
And also James.
Hello.
This is a Thanksgiving episode. We have two new segments that we're going to be trying out. And today we're just going to be showing our gratitude. Additionally, we are switching recording platforms. Hopefully the audio will be a lot better. Looking forward to your feedback.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Spotify, and Google Podcasts on Redonkulous Podcast.
Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Redonkulous Podcast with no space. If you have any suggestions or comments, we would love to hear from you guys. Or please give us a call or text on our hotline. The number is 332-203-2449. Once again, it's 332-203-2449. Today's word of the day is untoward. It's an adjective and it's unexpected and inappropriate or inconvenient. And as a sentence, we both try to behave as if nothing untoward has happened.
Whoa, so what had happened? I want to know.
I don't have the answer to that.
All right, we'll leave that to the imagination.
That was untoward.
Serious hypotheticals.
You get $10,000 if you can start a massive argument at your family's Thanksgiving dinner. What is your game plan?
Now the question is, do you want to be involved in that argument, or are you just a troublemaker?
Oh, I didn't think of that. That's a good approach too.
Yeah, that's true.
But would you feel bad afterwards? You get people fighting and you're just like, haha, I get $10,000.
It also depends on which side of the family. Certain side of the family, you light the fire with different scenarios. Actually, I feel like this is the first year celebrating Thanksgiving with the Lee family.
The most that we can have is tofurkey.
Tofurkey? What's a tofurkey?
Don't ask. It's
Tofu
just,
turkey.
Yeah. I get excited every year. Ooh, I get some tofurkey. And
Have you actually tried it?
I have. And I've been
Really?
disappointed. But every single year when it's Thanksgiving, I'm just like, can't wait to have some of that tofurkey.
I'm just trying to imagine what a tofurkey looks like.
Yeah, we're going to have some Googling to do after this.
For me, most of my family is in Korea, so it's just me and my parents on Thanksgiving. So I don't have a lot of options.
Do you guys celebrate it?
We don't really like turkey, so we usually go get Boston Market, get chicken instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too dry.
Yeah, you're right. You know what? Most Asian families, they don't even have turkey. They just have chicken.
My family recently started having turkey because Albert, he makes the turkey every year. Yeah, he makes the turkey every year and it comes out really good. It's not dry.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Now he's like a professional.
Maybe this year I'll ask him, hey, Al, can you make some tofurkey? $10,000 on the line. What would you do to start a fight?
For me, I'll tell my parents that I'm going on vacation for a month. I think that would cause them to flip.
Turks and Caicos is coming up, by the way.
Yeah, but Turks and Caicos, 1 week. 1 week's not that bad. But if it's like a month will be where to fill in all the holes and find people to take over my responsibilities.
Look how far you've come, dude. 2016 James would not have believed what you just said now. 2016 James would probably be like, a week? 1 week?
Or one day?
Do you remember?
No.
Do you remember 2016? Annie and I just got married, and then you came to my bachelor party
Oh,
in
Yeah.
yeah.
2016. And that was kind of tough for you to take off, no?
That was tough. It was the first time that I took off for more than a day,
Uh-huh.
and had to do a lot of preparation. And even with the preparation, it was kind of difficult because it's something we never did before. But after doing it once, going away once, and then now we know what to do.
I bet when you left for 3 days for the first time, your parents probably felt that it was very untoward.
Oh yeah, very untoward because they just didn't know everything. Yeah, it was very stressful.
Jack rented out the Airbnb, and not only were some of us guys hearing voices in the middle of the night at the Airbnb.
Oh God.
Oh, boy.
Oh no, let's not bring Rachel back.
Oh, okay. Maybe a story for another time. But in addition to those voices, I just remember waking up in the morning and you're already on your phone talking work stuff.
I did not want to be waking up that early.
How thankful are you right now?
Being able to travel?
Being able to travel compared to how it was 3 or 4 years ago, even.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, very thankful that my parents are accommodating and that we learned how to put in a system where I can take off and everything will be okay. So
I feel like Jeff opened the doors to all this possibility of traveling because it must have been untoward to travel during the time.
yeah, so yeah,
No,
definitely.
you're giving me too much credit. I didn't do anything. I just said, yo, James, you're coming.
I was like, all right, let's do it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's definitely something I didn't want to miss. Your bachelor party and your wedding. So make sure it happened. But you're right, Annie. It definitely did open up the doors for me to travel more often. And yeah, very, very grateful for that.
All right. So big fight in the An/Kim family. I'm taking a month off. Later.
Yeah,
Let me ask you an additional question.
okay.
Would that be worth the $10,000?
Would that be worth the $10,000? Yeah, I think it would.
Yeah.
What if you actually had to take the month off to get the $10,000?
Oh, yeah,
Ooh.
that'll be okay too. Because with the $10,000, I can use it to hire people and
Wow.
alleviate the costs, so we won't be so untoward.
Dude, you're a damn genius. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, because the main thing is the cost of me taking off.
Okay, without spending too much time, just estimate off the top of your head. Don't think too much. How much out of that $10,000 would you have to spend to hire new talent and new work for a month?
For a month. Minimum
10,000.
maybe like 4 or 5,000 should be okay.
Wow, so that means you probably pocket half of that, and you get to go on vacation for a month.
Yeah.
Right.
I think.
Someone, please, pay this man $10,000. Let's get it.
How about you guys? What would you guys do to start a massive argument?
For me, for the Lee family, I think it's easy. I'll just say I'm taking Nicholas with me and I'm
Oh.
leaving the state.
Oh.
I'm leaving New York and taking Nicholas with me.
So you're going
better
out of country?
I guess so, out of country.
No, she said out of state, and what I was gonna say was you better be leaving the country. You're gonna get hunted down.
All right, I'm leaving the country and I'm taking Nicholas with me.
I could see them being really pissed.
So to add on to Annie's point, that was somewhat where I was going to. My grandfather, very, very traditional. And if you told him, I'm forsaking my family name,
Ooh.
I'm going to take up the name Wang, and Nicholas is also going to change his last name to Wang. That is a death sentence right there. I'll get disowned.
Because grandpa's so traditional.
If I just go up and say, Nicholas' last name is Wang, I think I'd be a goner.
Yeah.
If that happens, I'll feel bad for your grandparents. They'll be so angry.
There was a much simpler way to start an argument in the Lee family. I'll go to my cousin Karen and I'll whisper something about Michelle. And then I go to my cousin Michelle and I whisper something about Karen. And voila, $10,000. Pay up.
Yeah, that's clever.
Very schemy.
Or we can tell your grandparents we're not having a second kid.
Oh, they'll be mad about that too?
This episode is not really where I want to talk about this, but I'm kind of leaning towards not having a second kid already. We got to go to the Wang family. What do we do to cause a massive ruckus?
I would say I'm going to quit my job and then I'm going to stay home and just relax. My mom would be like, "Are you serious? What's wrong with you?"
What I would do is argue with your mom about health facts.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll just say stuff.
No.
I'll just say stuff that's not true. Like, went to my doctor and they told me to just eat French fries.
Oh my god, she'll get so pissed off. Last week, my mom was showing us a new method. It's called the slap massage.
I don't think that's actually what it's called, but continue.
And she was just telling us that certain pressure points, when you keep slapping it, it'll just improve your health in certain ways. So we were just like slapping each other, and me and Jeff, we had our legs overlapping each other, and we were just slapping each other's legs while my mom just like continuously talked to us about slap massage.
My grandma said something similar.
Did she also call it the slap massage?
No. So basically what you do is you take your fingers and then you kind of
I'm taking my fingers.
And then you go on top of your head and then you just like kind of stab at it with your fingers. Repeat it.
I'm not doing that.
And then it's supposed to improve blood circulation.
Have you
Where
tried
do you
it?
stab?
No, I haven't tried it, but no, you just take your fingers and you just kind of like tap it. Sorry, not stab. Stabbing would be very untoward. You take all 10 fingers and then tap your head.
Because you said 2 fingers.
Oh, I did. Oh.
Yeah.
No, what he meant was 10 fingers and stab yourself.
So I just pictured in my head James with his 2 fingers just stabbing his head.
If somebody was telling a story about slap massages, I just picture 2 people taking turns slapping each other across the face.
Ooh.
That's not much of a massage.
You ever play that game?
Yes, ABCD.
Yeah.
Oh, that game hurt.
It was fun, especially for people who play handball. Oof, it'll be like a game of chicken.
Yeah, I remember my hands would be like throbbing on the backside. Oh man, that was a pretty painful experience.
One time I was playing the slap game, and I caught someone with C. You get to clap them 3 times, and then 1 slap, bam, like that.
That momentum.
When I got that C, and I slapped him, the guy was just like, I quit. And I felt so satisfied. I'm a bad person for how satisfied I felt afterwards.
Wow, so evil.
This segment is called 2 Truths and 1 Lie. So we're going to tell you some truths. You're going to get to know us a little bit better, and then we're going to lie to you.
Nice. That sounds good.
Fact number 1. I hit my head on concrete twice in my life before. Fact number 2. I make a mean creme brulee using a fire torch. Fact number 3. I hyperventilate when I see people grasping for air or choking.
These are good.
Guess what's true and guess what's a lie.
So, when you hit your head on concrete, how did you hit your head? What were you doing?
The first time, when I was in 3rd grade,
Okay, it's true.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, what happened in third grade?
Wow, guys.
Gave it away. But go on. Well, we think you gave it away, unless she's double playing us.
The mind games.
Yeah, you don't know. Well, anyways, in third grade, I was playing tag and I was running around and somebody is supposed to tag me. This girl, she's way bigger than me, and then she just came running through and I saw her running towards me and then she just tagged, you're it, and then I fell to the ground and I hit my head on concrete.
Wow, what a bully, huh?
Oh, she wasn't a bully. She was just actually just trying to tag me.
Did you tag her back?
I think she was
No.
probably crying.
Yeah, I was crying.
Aww. And what's the second time?
The second time, man, it's traumatic. It was the day after prom. We were playing water balloon fight, and I was wearing flip-flops, and my friend at the time was trying to get me with a water balloon, and he stepped on my flip-flop, so I fell and I hit my head on concrete. I think I was more scared than in pain.
Tell me about the torch.
The creme brulee?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, the creme brulee. It's a pretty hard dessert to make. So you have to make sure everything is not touching the water. And when you put it in the oven, it could either turn really bad into jello or it can turn like nice and toasty on top. And then you take the blowtorch after you're done and then you just torch it and then till it's nice and brown. And then you get the perfect consistency of creme brulee.
That sounds good. What kind of torch did you use?
You know, those kitchen torches. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
It actually makes that sound. It's pretty badass.
You're telling the story because you want us to think you're pretty badass?
Pretty badass at making creme brulee in the kitchen.
All right, James, what do you
I think that's a lie.
I think that's a lie also.
Well,
Do
you
think
guys
so
are
too?
wrong.
What?
Huh? No way.
I can make a creme brulee, man.
With a torch?
Yes, with the torch.
What?
All right, we have Friendsgiving next Saturday. You better bring some creme brulee.
Just kidding. I can't make creme brulee.
The thing about that is, I know the last one about the choking, that is for real.
Yeah, I do hyperventilate. When I see or hear someone choking, I'll start going like, yeah.
PTSD.
Oh man.
Yeah, I was traumatized.
If I didn't know you better, I would have believed that creme brulee story.
I've never made it for you. How would you think I would make a mean creme brulee?
The story was pretty good, in my opinion. What do you think, James?
Yeah, it was good. But when I asked her what kind of torch she used, she was like, "Oh, you know those kitchen torches." I was like, and also, if she did, play with a torch in the kitchen, I think I would have heard it from you, Jeff.
Maybe I should have made up a name. Garter Torch 3000 or something like that.
Do you know the
Hell
torch
no,
name,
I don't know
James?
the torch name.
It's like those kitchen torches. Have you seen it? They go.
Alright, so I stole from Kohl's and got them taken to the security room. I came to the US when I was 6 years old. I cut my fingernail off with a circular wood saw.
What? You cut
With
your
a
fingernail
circular
off?
wood saw. Yep.
What was the first one again?
Stole from Kohl's and got taken to the security room.
Oh. So what happened after they took you to the security room?
After they took me to the security room, they asked questions. Asked me about how old I was, my name, gave them my ID, and then my parents' phone number.
Did they call your parents?
Oh, yeah.
Which Kohl's
there used
was
to be
it?
one in Fresh Meadows. I don't know if you guys remember.
How old were you?
I was in high school. I think like 15, something like that.
Wasn't it a Kmart before?
Was it? I don't remember, to be honest. But it was that store.
Delicious.
Okay, if he actually knows that he stole from Kmart, but he's lying
Okay,
and he said it's
so
Coke.
the name's not important.
Ah,
It was that store. I didn't even know Kohl's
Okay.
still existed there. Okay.
the second is you came here when you're
Yep.
6 years old.
Do you
Oh, yeah.
remember when you came?
I came, and then I was put in elementary school. I was first grade,
Mm-hmm.
and I was put in ESL.
And the last one
I cut my fingernail off with a circular wood saw.
circular wood saw. I remember you cutting your hand from work.
Wait, are you talking about when I crushed my fingers? Yeah, that's
Oh yeah.
that
Ugh.
was with not that was a press machine.
So how did you cut yourself with a wood
I
saw?
was cutting wood, and then I put the circular wood saw down, doing something else, and then went back to it. It was facing the opposite direction. And then when I picked it up, my other hand was in the line of fire.
James should have like 6 fingers by now, but somehow
Yeah,
still
it
has
was
10,
actually
so.
really, really scary. I had gloves on because it was the winter time. And then when I went to lift it up, I heard it trigger and go vroom and spin. I see my gloves were white, and the next thing I know, there's like just like white stuff flying in the air. I'm like, oh, it's snowing. I forgot which finger. I think it was my ring finger. The nail just got clipped off, and I was very lucky to have that finger.
And that's the story of how James became a one-armed pirate.
No, nine fingernail pirate.
Oh,
I'm leaning towards the first story being a lie. No. The second one's a lie.
I thought you were born here.
Yes, he's born here.
Yeah, I was born.
What do you think, Annie?
Yeah, I agree. Second one.
Sorry, which one was the second one?
The second one was you came to the USA when you were 6.
Yeah, so I was born in Manhattan. And then, wait. I'm not done with the story. And then, yeah, when I was 4 years old, I went to Korea for 2 years. And then I came back to the States when I was 6. I came to the US was true. When I was 6. Yeah, I was born here, left Korea when I was 4, came back when I was 6.
Wow,
So I came to the US when I was 6.
Okay, so then it's the first one then. It's definitely the first one. That wasn't you.
Yeah, that wasn't me.
Then the third one sounds very dangerous. You have to watch your fingers, man.
The first one is I submitted a college paper late, past the deadline, without getting penalized. I spent over $300 in esports League of Legends merch. And number 3, I took a dump on my neighbor's lawn.
Can we hear the story of what happened when you took the dump?
To be honest, completely honest, I forgot about this story until I was talking with Jack recently. We were talking about poop stories because of our episode last week.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Did you tell your poop story?" And I had no idea what he was talking about. I was very young. I was walking home, and I really needed to take a dump. And as I already explained in last week's episode, I can't hold it. As soon as my body detects it, I gotta go now. I can't, so I start running. In my head, I'll count to 100. Just hold it to the count of 100 and you're home. And sometimes I actually exceed 100 and I'm still not home yet. 100 more, 100 more. So I'll start over and count to 100 again. This time, my body did not believe me. You got to 100. You're nowhere near home. We're coming out. It was very dark out. I found the house on the block that had the most shade, and I tried to hide behind a tree, and I just took off my pants. One thing I'm really thankful for this Thanksgiving is that I have this uncanny ability to take a very fast dump. Like, it should be in the Guinness World Records, because my dumps are so fast.
That's true, yeah.
If I gotta go now, but I will go fast.
Wow.
How fast? 3 seconds?
I took off my pants. I squatted, the Asian squat, and I took a dump. And And then the house light came on. I was like, oh my God.
Oh man,
Pulled up my pants and ran home.
Oh man, so
definitely
much
true.
detail.
TMI. So
So
about that college paper, what was it about?
that was a long time ago. I forgot the class I was writing it
Okay.
for. I went to a CUNY, City University of New York. And for this class, I had to write a paper. I had to write an essay. And then we had to submit it on this website. I forgot what it's called. I think it's like Blackboard. It's this website where a lot of the professors at my university use. And you can go on there to read material, to take tests or quizzes, and also to submit homework. So this paper was due, and I remember writing it out. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. I can't finish it. There's no way I could finish it tonight. So what I did was I kept the draft open. The draft saved the time I wrote it and the date I wrote it. And when I finished writing the paper, I used the same draft and I submitted it. So on my end, it showed up as if I wrote it the night before.
Did you have to explain to the professor, or it just went through?
No, it went through, and my professor was gonna penalize me, and then I emailed back the screenshot of, hey, I don't know what happened. This is when I submitted it, and my professor accepted it.
This sounds like
Yeah,
a
right.
very Jeff thing to do.
Very bending the rules and finding another way. What's the second story then?
Esport
300.
Oh yeah, I am really into merch, up to the point where Annie was looking through my drawer and she was just like, "You don't have any real clothes. You only have merch." And it's true. This year I went especially crazy. I saw this hoodie that I really wanted, and that's when everything started going downhill because I couldn't stop myself from continuing to buy.
Wait, okay, so the thing is, I don't know if you exceeded $300, if that's your lie. So you had what? One hoodie, two hoodies. What else did you buy?
No, I have 3 hoodies.
Oh, you have 3 hoodies. Wait, there's a Spider-Man one, there's a blue and
The
white
beige one?
and then there's a oh yeah, the beige one.
75 times 3 to 25. So tax and shipping, I don't think we'll exceed 300 if he only bought 3.
That is the lie.
Oh yeah,
Is that
confident.
your final answer?
Final
Yes.
answer.
That is the lie.
Yay! This story is based off my personal experience, and so when I was around 7 or 8 years old, I went on a family trip to the beach, and I still remember that day. My mom wasn't there, but my dad, my aunt, my uncle, my sister, we were all going to the beach, and I still remember what I was wearing that day. I was wearing a dress that my grandma made, and my sister was also wearing a dress that my grandma made. I'm just pointing it out because I miss my grandma, so I'm very grateful that she actually made clothes for us back in the day, and we matched it back to sandals and socks, which is very attractive, but not really. That day we went crabbing, and we were standing by the dock, and right by the dock there was an entry to the water. I think it was the ocean. I'm not too sure. Actually, it's not the ocean. I think it was the lake. And it was very rocky. So we were taking off our sandals and going into the water. But my dad was saying, be careful. Don't step on any sharp things. And yeah, so me and my sister, we were walking in very slowly. I guess I wasn't very careful just because I was 7 years old. And so
oh my God.
I walked in, and all of a sudden I looked down and I was like, why is the water red? Oh my goodness, why is there a pool of red? And I realized it was a pool of my blood. Oh my goodness. I didn't feel pain, but once I saw red, I freaked out and I started crying. My dad quickly ran over, he picked me up, and then he put me on the sand.
Oof.
And they checked my foot, and realized I got a gash, like a cut under my foot. It was pretty deep. Yeah, I don't remember what it was. It could have been a rock, it could have been a snail, or it could have been, I don't know, anything. So we quickly rushed to the hospital. I remember the car ride. Everybody was super worried, and they had something blocking to stop the foot from bleeding so much. And my uncle, he smokes, so he took the cigarette ashes, and they said if you use cigarette ashes and put it on the wound, it'll stop bleeding. Once I got to the hospital, I was taken in to get stitches. So this was the very first time I had stitches. And I just remember being really brave. I didn't cry. And there's a lot of tugging and pulling. And my dad just was telling me to look at this sign, just say STOP, spell stop. And I was like, STOP. and and by the time I was reading the STOP sign, the stitches was done. And my mom was really worried about me, but everything was fine. I'm just very grateful that my whole family was there and they took care of me. My dad took me to the hospital, and
Wow.
everything was good. Always look down and look at where you're walking.
The end.
This Thanksgiving, I'm thankful for my family, Nicholas, and this podcast.
Thankful for all our listeners, everyone liking our posts, people who subscribe to our channel, and everyone who gave time out to give us feedback, and also all the guests that came on to the podcast. Also thankful for you guys, Jeff and Annie. Jeff, all those late nights editing, and even though you're grouchy the next day, you're always just striving to make the podcast great and become better. And Annie, for all the amazing artwork you drew, always taking our criticisms and demanding ideas very constructively. And it wasn't easy creating this podcast. On our free time after work, in between our life. But yeah, I'm very proud of how everything came out. And yeah, I just want to say thank you guys. And thank you everyone for listening.
Thank you guys so much for your support. It means so much. You guys have been giving us feedback of what we can do better, also suggesting what we can talk about in the podcast. We are very grateful for that. Please keep it coming in. Secondly, to add on to what James said, I am super thankful for having these two co-hosts in James and Annie. I cannot stress it enough. This podcast is something that I never thought we'd be able to do, and just to even be here, we're about to be wrapping on season 1 very soon. I am so happy at how it turned out, and we're just getting even better. So big thank you to James, big thank you to Annie. If it wasn't for you guys, this podcast would not be possible, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you guys so much. Also,
You're so sweet. My thankful list was so short. All right. It's okay.
we're very excited to share with you guys. So season 2, that's going to be coming out in early 2020.
Yay!
Yeah, so it'll be the season finale next week. And then following that will be the best of episode.
Feel free to email us, redonkulouspodcast@gmail.com. Thank you guys so much for the support. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Turkey Day.
Stay redonkulous.
Cool story, bro.
And that's our show today.
It's the Redonkulous Podcast, starring Annie and Jeff and my coolest guy in the world, whose name is James. It's redonkulous.
Please hit the like and subscribe button.